On behalf of the 3C Foundation of Canada, I'd like to wish you all a very warm welcome to the second annual IBD Youth Get Together. When I is replaced by we, even illness becomes wellness. It's very important that you understand you're not alone on this journey. All of us in this room has been touched by IBD one way or another.
So we've had a relatively loose program up to now. We're feeling that we need to really ratchet this up. So as well as the flu vaccine for the next year, our transition program is going to be going. We're going to be focusing on that.
The experience that I've had in the IBD clinic has been one of the most amazing ones in my career, which has spanned very, very many years. It's been rewarding, it's been challenging, but on top of everything, it's given me so much respect for our families and for our kids who've just come so far.
This winter, we had a very, very difficult time. The virus that came through Ottawa put a number of our kids in hospital. It was one of the worst winters ever.
Right now I'm 20, but my story really starts at the age of 9, when right out of the blue I was hit with a very severe case of ulcerative colitis. It basically came down to me having to have an ostomy. The steroids weren't working and I was pretty much running out of options.
So what's known with the severe UC is, about 30% of the kids require hospitalization at least once for severe disease. 40% of those will fail corticosteroids and require a colectomy. And last year I presented how we're down to 5 days of steroids before we jump to the Remicade now, and that gets it down to about 20%.
I was discharged about a week later, and after that, it was probably the best thing in my life. I went swimming about 6 weeks after, and was pretty much a normal kid.
We want the kids to understand their disease. We want them to be responsible for themselves. We want them to be able to do things on their own. We'd like them to adhere to the medical treatment plan, and that's the biggest challenge.
Fiber is important for your children in their everyday lives. Even though we may have a temporary need for a low-fiber diet, it's always important to integrate fiber back in their diets. So with having fiber, I'm sure we will keep your kids in remission for longer, and then they won't need the low-fiber diet. And that will ease my conscience.
The Centers for Disease Control in the U.S. really declared vaccines the #1 great public health achievement of the 20th century. And it ranked ahead of motor vehicle safety, safer workplaces, and control of infectious diseases in general as the biggest advance in medicine and public health in preventing illness of the 20th century.
It's amazing for me as a learner to see a group this dedicated to this kind of research, and it's important for you to know that we're just as dedicated to use this information to address some of these barriers for the next flu season. So that'll include advocating for access to the vaccination in clinic, as well as ensuring that you have the most up-to-date information on the benefits of flu vaccination in IBD.
Who knew that having an ileostomy as a result of a severe case of ulcerative colitis would lead me to where I am today and be on the speaking circuit? Through my efforts, I've spoken to about 40 community groups trying to raise awareness and funds for IBD. And if I can overcome these challenges, survive the illness, and live life to the fullest, anyone else can too.
We want to have a good program. We want it to respond to your needs. We want it to respond to the adolescents' needs, because what we want is the best possible quality of life. And that's our end goal. And with your help, we need your help. We need you to support us. We need you to support our children as well. I'm sure we can do it, but everybody has to get involved.
So the 2013 Winner of the 3C Foundation Award is Ahmed Atoui. Where is Ahmed? There's Ahmed. So Ahmed, let me tell you a little bit about Ahmed. So Ahmed is a budding aerospace engineer who has overcome many, many challenges that would probably cripple the average human being. Like a lot of children, Ahmed has had to find his way to cope with the physical challenges, as well as long periods of missing school, hospitalization, doctor appointments, infusions, all the different fun that some of the kids have to go through. At the same time, he has produced fantastic marks. So Ahmed, and as well as I spoke to one of his teachers and had nothing but phenomenal things to say about the way he helps others at school. And so Ahmed is here with his family, as well as his inspiration, his older sister Farah. And so congratulations, Ahmed. Please come up and accept your scholarship.
And finally, the most befitting way to end this evening, I think, would be to acknowledge the many wonderful professionals at CHEO's IBD Centre.